What's up, guys? Brian Grants here of ContestChampion.com. Today I just wanted to keep you guys up to date about the update with Kabam's most recent, you guessed it, update. They're calling this one the version 12.0 status update number 1. And I thought that was a little bit odd at first because there's been a few of these little update messages and announcements and stuff like that. But I think they're calling it the update number 1 because now we actually have some concrete information about the exact changes that are happening. They're no longer saying stuff like, we're looking at the incoming damage and making adjustments and stuff like that. No, now they're actually saying we're improving block proficiency across the board, which that one is slightly vague. We don't know by how much, but it's good to see them say that. The next one here is very, very nice, though. Damage reduction from parrying is no longer subject to diminishing returns. It will be possible for certain high block proficiency champions to take 0 damage on a parry, including both of the Captain Americas. So, honestly, if they're saying that it's no longer subject to diminishing returns, it sounds like it's basically going to go back to the way it was before version 12.0, because I don't know what else was affecting parry other than the diminishing returns. So, yeah, honestly, it sounds like it's going to be identical, or if not identical, then very close to what we had before version 12.0. Maybe there'll be slightly fewer champions that will take 0 damage, but for the most part, I'm betting that most champions are going to be taking like minimal damage. So that's good to see. You will no longer take a critical hit on a successful parry, which is also really good to see because that's so annoying. Right now, you can go and fight Winter Soldier and you can land a parry, and sometimes you'll take like pretty minimal damage. You'll take like 50 damage, something like that. And to a rank 4 4-star champion, 50 damage is just like, whatever. It adds up over time and everything, but you don't really see your health bar move, so it's whatever. And then sometimes you land a parry and you take 500 damage, and you see it just a chunk of your life bar just like vanish, and it's just like, man, but what happened? I just did this before and I barely took any damage. So it's good to see them changing that. They also say they're zeroing out critical resistance, block penetration, and armor penetration in all current champion base stats. And they do say current champion. That's the keyword, current champion base stats. So maybe in future champions, some of these will exist. I still think that they should throw some armor penetration in for Thor. Give Thor some love. I mean, they said they're going to work on Thor. I'm sure they have something in mind. But I still think that a good fix for him is just to give him some baseline armor penetration. This way, if you can't put a debuff on the opponent, he's not useless. A lot of people will think that a good solution is just to allow him to stack 2 armor breaks, and that's fine too. Really, either of the solutions would sound like they would be fine. But yeah, that was just my thoughts on it. I really don't care all that much, to be honest, about block penetration or armor penetration, other than the whole Thor thing that I was talking about. The big one of these 3 is critical resistance, because the damage across the board just feels much lower. I don't really notice it a ton when I'm questing, unless I'm using like lower level champions and that whole challenger rating thing, right? But I notice it big time in arena, where fights are just slower, right? They just feel significantly slower, and I think it has to do partially with this critical resistance. We're just not critting as much, so it's good that when they say zeroing out, by the way, I'm pretty sure that just means like they're just killing these right now. Like they're not removing the stats from the game, but all champions, they're gonna have 0 of it for a base stat. So maybe there'll be masteries later on that have this stuff. Maybe there's just certain champions that come out. Maybe they'll have like a super tanky champion that comes out. I don't know if there's different versions of Hulkbuster or something like that, where that he might have like critical resistance. I don't know. But yeah, they're basically removing those for now. Or maybe there'll be nodes or something. But yeah. They also go on to talk about the freebies that they're giving out, because that's another thing that was kind of expected, that every time Kabam makes like a fairly large mistake, they give out a bunch of freebies, right? And this time it doesn't look like they're holding back. They're giving out more rank down tickets, awakening gems, and signature stones. So and they're also extending the deadline to use the rank down tickets. So they don't say like the exact numbers that we're getting, but honestly, it sounds like they're just going to mail out the packages all over again that they gave us originally. So I would not be surprised at all to see another like 9 rank down tickets for 4-star champions, and like 2 awakening gems. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I know some people are going to want more and everything like that, but Yeah, I don't know. That sounds pretty good. I'm honestly most excited about rank down tickets since I was testing out champions more than I thought I would with like ranking up Hulk and stuff like that. And unfortunately, he already got ranked down. This way, I can rank up Quake as soon as the right solo events come along. But anyway, the last thing that they say in this update is they still don't have an exact date. Um, they say that they're expecting a few more days of revisions, QA, and processing time in the app stores, and then the update will be available. As promised, we'll continue to update you daily until it is ready. So, I don't know. This sounds like, I mean, they're saying a few more days, right? It's still going to happen relatively soon. I'm hoping that it's sometime later this week, but if not, then I'm betting it's like no later than like the very beginning of next week or something like that. But hopefully they can actually finish everything up, do all the testing, whatever they need to do, and have it out by the end of the week. It'd be nice to have it out before the weekend. I'm pretty sure we could all agree upon that, right? But yeah, that's it for this one, guys. I will be back later on as soon as there is another update from Kabam, of course, to keep you guys up to date on the update. So yeah, have a good one, guys. Take care.